Organizer and may now speak to any other organizers or panelists on the line. When you are ready to begin the presentation, press the Start Broadcast button on the GoToWebinar control panel to allow all attendees to hear you. This system will notify you once you begin your broadcast. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Every one of you who has connected online, just settle down and just someone please confirm. I have unmuted from my end. You able to see my screen and able to hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll start in a few minutes. Mode broadcast below. Meeting is open now. Please connect. Call meeting. ఒకసారి నా ఫోన్ కి పంపించు కొత్త మీటింగ్ ఇప్పుడు పంపించు కొత్త మీటింగ్ లింక్ ఇవ్వలేదు అనుకుంటా ఓకే Every one of you should be able to see my screen and able to hear me, and we will start in next 1 minute. Just hold on. అలా దారిలో ఎవరు రాకుండా వేసుకోవద్దు ఎవడన్నా రావాలిగా మళ్ళీ తర్వాత మధ్యలో లేకపోతే ముందుకు రండి లేకపోతే బ్యాక్ కూర్చోండి అలాగే బ్యాక్ కూర్చోండి నేను వెళ్ళాలనుకోండి మధ్యలో లేగాలి కదా అలా కూర్చోండి for a few days you just get adjusted with the screen. Maybe in next 15 days we'll get a digital screen, then it will be clearly visible to everyone. I think it is visible. While I am explaining Word document or something, I will maximize it. Anyone not able to see this? Everyone, it is clear? The screen is clear? Online resource, all of you should be able to see the screen and able to hear me. And today will be the last day.
One question.
The meeting link will be open like this, and starting from tomorrow, whoever is not there in the groups, means you did not make the fees payment and you did not enroll for the training, you are not there in the group, means so starting from tomorrow you will not be able to attend the session either online or offline. Online meeting link will be changed, and offline only those resources who have enrolled for the training by making the fees payment will be allowed further. Okay, clear everyone? So everyone should finish your fees payments by end of day today at any cost. And one more thing I'll tell you, it will be highly difficult for me to share the new meeting link tomorrow at the very beginning. Suppose if you make the fees payment tonight, you may not be seeing that, and tomorrow morning you will message in hurry. I will not see my phone in the morning time, and it will not be possible for me to share you the meeting link during morning. So if you do it in the night time, possibility is there you will not be able to attend tomorrow. So kindly complete it immediately after this session once it is been done. Okay. And now let's go and look at what we were discussing about. In the last session, we were discussing about creating a new application. That is, we have seen how to create a new framework application as well as new implementation application. So the creation, physically how you create and all, it is completed. Like after you create a new application, either it is framework or implementation. Okay, let's talk about framework. So when we create framework application, what are the different things that gets created? First thing is application gets created with the given name, and you know that operator ID and password will get generated. And if any one of you at the last screen of operator ID, if you're not seeing anything happening after you click on done button, I already told you yesterday itself, any issues related to HTML content, what you should be doing? You should be trying in a different browser. Copy this URL and paste in some other browser. Maybe if you are working in Chrome, paste it in Firefox, and there it will ask you to log in. Then log in and see one or other browser, it will work fine for sure. Okay, do not use Internet Explorer, it won't work. Microsoft Edge may work out. Okay, a little bit again, that is. So better, it is always working pretty much good usually in the Firefox. Okay, even if for you, if it is not with Firefox, you try with Chrome. If not with Chrome, try with Edge. Somehow we have to finish our task here and there. Okay, so any issues related to this user interface of Pega, that is not related to us, so we will try in different browser, that's it. Okay, and now we were discussing about framework application creation. When you create framework application, it is going to create application and operator ID, password, and apart from that, at the time of creating framework application, we are providing a new name for the organization, which means that organization also gets created. Okay, and if you keep this aside, at the time of creating implementation application, it will create implementation application, it will create user ID and like operator ID and password, it will get generated, and organization it won't create. Usually we are not creating, I'm sorry, we are not creating at the time of creating implementation application. Instead of creating a new organization, we are choosing the existing organization that was being created at the time of framework application creation. Why we are doing this? We want our framework application as well as implementation application both to be pointed to the same higher level. Organization is the topmost level entity. Topmost entity in the business is organization. One single organization I wanted to use for all of my framework and implementation applications which I am creating on top of the current framework. Suppose if I come up with a new framework, something else, there can be a different organizations for it. This is my way of designing the application structure. Some people may design to have different organization for framework, different organization for implementation. It is possible. Practically it is possible, but 99% of applications, if you see in enterprise application development, all the applications will have same organization for framework as well as for implementation. That same practice we were also following. Okay, next point. After we create implementation application or framework application, we just logged into the respective application. I'm forgetting every time. I should have to, this is 8.6, right?
We are using 8.7, sir.
Yes, correct. Yours is 8.7. I'm just teaching the previous patch 8.6, so always it is 8.6 open. Okay, and let's talk about this one now. At the time of creating new application, you have options, that is build from scratch, and another option is there. That may be any other application name, ABC application, XYZ application, it can be anything. Suppose if I click on build from scratch, the current application which I am trying to create will get created on top of another application. Correct? What was that application name? Pega platform. So my current application which I am trying to create will get created on top of Pega platform when we click on build from scratch. Suppose instead of build from scratch, if I click on application name ABC, then my current application will get created on top of ABC only. Understand? Clear? Make sense? Online resources.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, just hold on.
Sir, I have a doubt. Can I go ahead and ask, or do I
Yes,
need
go
to
ahead now.
wait?
If you have any question,
Uh,
meanwhile, just go ahead.
yes, sir. Yesterday, I have tried practically creating the two applications, the framework and the implementation. While creating the implementation, it was giving me the error that application ID is already existing. So do
Application
we
ID
need to
already
change,
present. What does it mean? General meaning. Application ID already present. What does it mean?
like, means it is already there in the name of that?
You have already created one application with same name. Okay, that's why it says it is already present. So what you should be doing now?
So, no, it is like for framework and implementation, the application ID should be different.
It must be. See, with one ID, can two students available in class? Is it possible? Is it possible in a system
No.
with same ID, two students can be there? No, it is not possible. Same way, in a system, two different applications cannot have same ID. Next.
Okay. Okay.
And do not ask me any
Harsha.
question related to how to delete my application. Don't ask me ever. Okay, it's not that simply you delete application form. There are so many things to do. As of now, you don't have knowledge about it. So anytime if you are failing to create an application, leave it and create a new one with a different name. That's it. There is nothing much to bother about. Okay. Yes, go ahead now. Some mail resource.
Yeah, Harsha. Yeah, Harsha, I have a question. So like while creating implementation application, we need to select the organizational drop down where the framework application name get populated from the document.
Not framework
What if-
application name. Where the organization name
Yeah, organization name.
created at
Correct.
the time of framework application will get populated.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Right. So what if I don't select that and I manually give that name and save the
As it is named,
the implementation.
without selecting, if you are manually typing also, it will take the existing one only. So ABC is the name, which you are, instead of selecting from drop down, you are manually typing. Then it will use the existing one only. Instead of typing, it is better you always select it from the drop down. That's the best way.
Okay. Okay. And I can see that hierarchy, right, in the application,
You can
right?
see.
Whether
That we can discuss about it.
Okay. Okay.
Any other doubts? Some other person?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Rohini,
sir.
actually,
One by one.
yesterday I created a business framework like Tata Group. On top of it, I implemented one more implementation application. But what I did is in advanced setting, I didn't select the group, but it is created. So now I
Which
want to
one you did
select
not
that
select?
group.
See, group means application
In
structure, you are
advanced
saying.
setting.
Application structure.
Yes, sir.
See, if you are
Yes, yes.
creating application, if you have missed to select framework or implementation, vice versa, there is no way you can change it after you create it. As I told you, simply
Okay,
leave it,
then
create a different name, different application. Mail person, someone was trying to ask a question. What was that?
okay, fine. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Can I reset the password of
Yes, I
operator
will send
ID?
you a document. If you forget, in case if you are going to forget the password, how to reset it. Today I will send that password and document. Blindly, if you follow document screenshot by screenshot, you'll be able to modify the password which you have forgot. Okay, I'll send you. And now
Yes,
I logged into
sure.
implementation application which we have created. Anyone else still pending?
Yes, Harsha. So, if there are multiple implementation frameworks under one under one framework, so for each implementation framework, there is a separate login credential, or for all implementation
Yesterday
framework
also this
login
question is
credentials.
being addressed. Okay, please make sure you closely follow the class and have more focus. This question was being answered yesterday also. Okay, And number of applications you can have, same login ID. That is possible, but you don't know as of now. We'll be seeing later. Okay. See, after you log into your implementation application, did I give the screenshot related to click on App Studio and go to Dev Studio like that? I did not give. Okay, I'll give it now. Just a continuation to yesterday what we have done. Let's go ahead here. I'll create a document now. 590 444 08, right? I'll give 2022. Otherwise, I'm getting confused. Okay. And this is the document I'm going to create. So now what I'm going to show you is the relation between the applications. Okay. So let's, okay. Looking up the built on means it's kind of application for current, built on application of current application. Okay. You know how to log into implementation application, right? So log into implementation application. Okay. So after you log in for the first time, by default, you are getting App Studio, correct? All of you. So after, I don't need to give the login screen, right? Log into implementation application. So on top, after this is completed, I will explain about those studios. Just a brief idea I'll give you. Okay. So on top left, click on App Studio. Choose what? Dev Studio. I'm going to choose that for some purpose. You'll be learning to know about it. So once you come here, just for your information, this is for your information. If I go to App Explorer, you see here how many applications it has been showing 3 applications. Just simply, if you click on this link, just for your information, what are the applications that it is showing? LIC Auto Insurance. It is created on top of LIC Insurance, which is created on top of Pega platform. Just for your information to see, but actual place of linking I'll show you now. So when I log into implementation application, it is showing 3 applications. The topmost one is current application. It is created on top of, it is built on LIC Insurance, which is built on Pega platform, correct? And now, suppose if I log into framework application, imagine I have logged into framework application and went to the same place. And how many applications is it going to display? How many applications is it going to display? 2 applications. What are those?
Pega platform, like LIC.
Pega platform. It will show only from framework application, you have accessibility to Pega platform. From implementation application, you have accessibility to framework as well as Pega platform. Correct? Everyone clear with that point? Because at the time of creation, we did the same. We created framework application, choosing build from scratch. Means framework application has come on top of Pega platform. Means Pega platform is built on application for framework. Framework is built on Pega platform. Now, at the time of creating implementation application, I have clicked on implementation framework application name. Means my current application implementation, I am trying to create it on framework application. So framework application is built on application for framework application. Open Jason door. So framework application is built on application for what? Sorry, framework application is built on application for implementation application, whereas Pega platform is built on application for framework application. So at the time of creation, okay, but where is this relation been? Link is being defined. Now we are going to see. Just I have shown you a display. 3 applications, 2 applications. When you go there, it will be there. Now after you come here, on top left, click on application menu and choose definition. So which will open the definition of current application. I am in implementation application, right? If I go to application menu, I think you are aware of this menu already, right? And here, if you choose definition, it will open what is the definition of current application. At present, I am in which application? implementation application. My implementation application details will be shown up here. Now, these are the details of my implementation application. Let me show you. My application display name is LIC Auto Insurance, correct? My application ID is LIC Auto I. You see application ID that is coming when you click on advanced configuration and all. And see, my application is built on top of another application. What was the other application? LIC Insurance. Understand everyone this point? Where is the link defined? The link between the application is being defined here. You can see, we could see the built on application. Built on application. So LIC INSUR is built on, okay, actually I'll write down like this, which is framework, right? Is built on application for, what is that? LIC Auto I. That is what? Implementation application. Understand everyone clear? This is where the link, see, this is editable. Listen to me carefully. It is not that we did practical and we left it. We are also looking at the design aspects, how it is being done. Even though Pega is automation of program, it's not that you will simply get the output result and you leave it. You need to understand the linking place for some reasons of troubleshooting or enhancing and all. Okay. And now, if you click the down arrow here, it will show all other applications. And this version number, you don't need to much bother. Whatever that comes in the version, when you choose, you can choose it. But already it is being selected. Now, similarly, this is done, correct? Similarly, log into FW application. So, you know how to log into framework application, right? So, what is my ID? Dev fw@lic.com. Password, I have given rules so that I can remember easily. Okay, so what should I do now? App Studio to Dev Studio. I will tell you what is that studio and all. You tell me the application now. Application and then definition. It will open. Current application is framework application, right? Its definition will be loaded, means its details. See, you remember we created it on top of theme Cosmos, correct? See, Pega has come up with a theme Cosmos separate application which will have some UI related components. You don't need to much bother about it. Okay, I cannot log into theme Cosmos, but for my framework application, it is showing the built on application is theme Cosmos, right? I can open this application from here itself. Here is the edit icon. Click on open icon at built on application. Click on open icon against theme Cosmos. Okay, so which will open theme Cosmos application definition. It will open actually. I will show you now. This is the edit icon, right? I'm going to click on this open icon. What is the built on application ultimately? So in between theme Cosmos, you just ignore it. Okay, but we have to go in a path to see everything. We can see that the ultimate built on application is Pega rules, which is Pega platform, correct? I will open Pega rules apply. I can open the definition of Pega rules application directly from here itself by clicking on open icon. What do you see built on application? For Pega platform, open Pega platform application, open Pega platform application. See here, there is no built on application, which means that Pega platform is the base for all other applications that we create in PRS. Understand everyone? See, without logging into framework, I will once again show you this navigations. See, simply without coming back to framework, you can do it from implementation itself. devimpl@lic.com. First you have logged in like this, right? So I logged into implementation application. I'm going to go to Dev Studio. Okay, I'm going to go through Dev Studio, and now see here application menu and definition means implementation application definition built on framework application. I want to open the definition of framework application without logging into framework. What can I do? Here is the open icon. Clicking on this, it will open this rule form. Okay, click on open icon. Framework application is built on Theme Cosmos. Theme Cosmos you open from here itself. It is built on Pega rules. Pega rules you open from here. It is not built on any other application. So you don't need to even log into framework. So this is where the linking is being done. Okay, in one application, at the place of built on application, another application is being chosen automatically, or you may manually also choose it. Now let me ask you one question. Okay, question is, I am creating a frame. I have created framework application. At the time of creating framework application, I have clicked on build from scratch. Okay, and I have chosen the options of framework application and all. I created everything is okay. And now my intention is I wanted to create my implementation application now on top of the framework application which I have created just now. At the time of creating implementation application, instead of clicking the name of the framework application, I clicked on build from scratch only. Okay, so at the time of creating implementation application also, I clicked on build from scratch. I forgot that I have to click on another application name. Instead of that, I clicked on build from scratch. I proceeded forward and created application type implementation and all. Now first question is, what is the built on application for my framework application? What is the built on application for my framework? I will write down here whatever that you are saying.
Pega rules.
Correct. Framework application is Pega platform.
Pega rules.
PP means Pega platform. Yeah, you can mute. Thank you. And now, as per the definition, whatever the scenario I told, for my implementation application, what is the framework built on application?
It's also Pega platform.
It's also Pega.
I created
Pega.
everything. Okay, thank you so much. I created everything done. I realized after creation, I realized that, oh, I have to create my implementation application actually on top of framework application. Instead, by mistake, I created on Pega platform. But still, I wanted to achieve the same without again creating one more application. I wanted to achieve that. I wanted to make sure that my implementation comes on top of the framework which is already been created. This I want to achieve after creation is completed. Now, where should I make the changes? Okay.
Implementation application.
Okay. Go to the definition of implementation application. You went there. After that,
here you can change it.
hold on.
Change it, name.
Hold on.
Change on built on application.
What do you see here? I'll tell you. You might be seeing Theme Cosmos. This you might be seeing this one. Plus here you might be seeing this option. It used to be like this. Suppose if you have created on top of build from scratch, what should I do now? I have to remove this and then choose what?
This.
LIC insurance, and this option I'll click the down arrow and choose this one, and you save it. Once you save, what will happen now? It will come. It is going to come on top of to the framework application. Whatever that you wanted to achieve, by mistake you created it wrong. But after your creation is done, you can change it to get onto the framework application. Suppose if you have learned only creating framework application and implementation application navigations, what we have done yesterday, without knowing about where is this link defined, this type of mistakes you cannot correct. Understand? So that is why you should also know about internal design of Pega. That is what I told during the demo class question and answer session. 20th question in the FAQ. What is 20th question? What is your expectation while learning Pega anywhere? Not only at Harsha Trainings. It is not that you will be doing your practical business requirement and once you get the output, you clap yourself. Okay, it is not that. That is not the ultimate goal. Apart from that, is just a 10% for your information. The 90% you will be labeled as knowledgeable in Pega only when you know about the design of Pega. You are not writing any code. Anyhow, you're not writing the code, correct? Okay, so but you should know exactly how the Pega is coming up with the design with respect again form based programming only. It is not, you're not looking at the Java coding and all. Okay, this is 90% knowledge. Application creation navigations is there, right? That is just a 10% knowledge. Means all your entire business application that we are going to learn here, I consider it to be just a 10% knowledge. Means if you follow the sessions regularly, you practice regularly, you are going to implement the business requirements, you will get output. It doesn't mean that you are gaining the Pega knowledge. That is just one example, maybe a scenario based example, correct? But what about troubleshooting? What about enhancement? What about change request? What about bug fixes? How would you do that? You are learning only forward engineering. What about reverse engineering? Already application is built, you are making changes. Already application is built, you are getting exceptions. Already application is built, by mistake somehow there are something created, you have to reverse engineer to modify the things. Then how would you achieve that? So it is not only Pega. When you are learning either Pega or Salesforce, Java, .NET, anything, a developer should think in all the ways: forward engineering, reverse engineering. Means development in a forward way and changing the existing facts and enhancing the existing features by adding new features or removing or anything. And also you need to learn to have debugging and troubleshooting. When you learn all of these things, then only you will be considered as a developer. Otherwise you will be considered as just a copy paste person. Okay, so you need to focus to learn everything in depth. In the sense, with respect to Pega, you should also learn about the design of Pega, at least how it is making. Okay, this linking, this is just one example I told you. Going forward like this, for most of the things whatever we work on, we will look into the background design perspectives and all. That is where you have to focus fully, apart from your business requirement. 99% of the students, they will mainly focus on business requirement. They will leave about understanding internal design. At the time of attending interviews, they will ask question. You will come back to me and say that they are asking in real time. I don't know what is that. Isn't it Pega or not? It is Pega only, right? Whatever they are asking, real time is not different from what we are learning here. Even we are going to learn here better than the real time what you are calling. Okay, so everyone, hope you are clear, right? So you need to learn this approach. Okay, it is not that simply you learn creating application and once it is done, your task is not done. So now you are able to answer. See, at least knowing this fact, business has made a mistake like this and it come back to technical people, you are the developers. It is asking, we don't want to create again one more application. Existing itself, we wanted to link. Okay, let me ask you one more question. On top of Pega platform, I created my framework application. On top of my framework application, I created implementation application. And there is one more framework separately available within Pega. So you have a structure, Pega platform, framework 1 and implementation 1. Understand? There is one more framework called FW2. It is separately created on top of Pega platform. Now business is saying, bring that framework 2 on top of framework 1. And our implementation should come on top of framework 2. That is the requirement given. Everything is present, but not in the expected hierarchy. Understand? You have to bring it to the required hierarchy. Everyone understand? Pega platform, FW1, IMPL. Now, FW2 is separately there on Pega platform. Bring that on top of, I mean, in between FW1 and IMPL, you have to bring FW2. Now, what are the changes you have to make? In the definition of
FW2, we can just go to the app definition and make the parent as FW1.
In the definition of FW2, you go and make the FW1 as parent. Correct. Done. Further, one more change is there.
And for implementation, we have
remove FW1 and place FW2. Understand? These two changes you have to make. You will get this type of requirements also. Maybe if you are a tech lead, you will be doing all these tasks, because simple tasks will be done by tech leads. Difficult tasks will be given to below resources like us. Just I'm kidding. Okay. And this is how you need to know about the relation. And this is completed. Creating application is completed. Next, we are going to discuss about organization structure. Once organization structure explanation is done, I'm going to tell you about OOPS concepts like encapsulation, abstraction, and inheritance, and then polymorphism. And then we are going to discuss about types of inheritance in Pega and classes, everything. Okay, so let's talk about a separate topic which is related to application, that is organization structure. I will tell you organization structure in general, how it works in the reality. Okay, see, in general, in reality, you can see here. See, organization is a topmost business entity, right? I told you. And there will be a structure that is going to be created when you are going to set up your business as an organization. That is, under the organization, so you will set up an organization. Usually, an organization doesn't directly deal with the business processing, actual business processing. It is not going to directly deal with. I'll tell you this way. See, you have a television manufacturing company. For example, I'm just telling. Let's say there is a television manufacturing company, LG. Okay, you are the end customer, right? For it, who is the end customer? You are the end customer. What is the transaction to be done actually in order for the business to be running? Purchasing a television. That should happen. So now, in order to purchase a television, are you going to go to LG company? Then where would you go? You will go to stores. Stores are the one where the actual business processing will be done. Correct? See, with respect to television manufacturing company, what is the business transactions to be done? Sales of television, right? Sales will happen at the stores. Between a store and LG, there is one more person. What is that? Distributor will be there. Who is that? Distributor will be there. Now, LG will supply the product to distributor. Distributor will supply the products to different stores. As an end user, you will go and purchase the television at stores. How many levels are there? Just example. 3 levels. LG is organization and the distribution department is there, right? That is called as division. That is called as division. Store is there, right? Sales store. That is called as unit. Now, in an organization structure, you have ideally 3 levels: organization, division, and unit. Out of these 3, which layer or level, anything you can say, which layer is responsible for processing the transactions? I mean, initiating a business transaction, processing it, completing it. Which level is responsible for it? Division.
Unit.
Distributor దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి టీవీలు కొంటారా లేకపోతే సేల్స్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ దగ్గర? Which one? It is unit. So unit is the one where business transactions created, I mean like initiated, processed, completed, more or less, right? And what is the purpose of organization and division here? What is the purpose? To supply the features, whatever the components, to supply the components required. Suppose I purchased a television, I lost the remote somehow. Okay, I have to go to sales unit, right? Sales unit is going to take it from division. Who will supply for the division? They will supply from organization. From organization, components will be sent to division, division to unit. See, this is just for your better idea of understanding. So the ideally 3 levels will be there. See, whenever you are going to design your business structure where you are creating business components, with respect to whatever the example I told, it may be hardware components. But in a software product, I have Amazon application. Amazon application has so many functionalities, right? So all these functionalities you are going to maintain to put it in at different levels. Application you know already. Now this is not application, this is something different. This is different levels called organization level. Imagine your functional components are going to placed inside application only under organization, division as well as unit. I can have functional components created and placed under organization as well as under division as well as under unit. Okay, I'll open a diagram and explain you the concept clearly. Okay, look at here. This is an organization called Hanover Insurance Group. There is one organization. Insurance is an organization that they have started insurance company. Under this organization, they are going to set up different divisions. Each division is responsible for doing some specific type of business processing. That is auto insurance, health insurance, or life insurance, or health insurance overall together related to human beings, and property insurance. Property insurance. Under auto insurance, again they have personal vehicle insurance, commercial vehicle insurance. Under human related, they have health insurance as well as life insurance. Under property, they have home, they may have corporate company, organization, office, that is something related to corporate. Okay, so like this, they may have different units. See, if I want personal vehicle insurance, I will go to personal vehicle insurance department and I'll take it. Correct? If I want health insurance, I'll go to health insurance department. I'll take the health insurance policies being processed. So these three are organization, division, and unit. So under an organization, you can have n number of divisions. Under a division, you can have n number of units. Under a unit, you can have subunits. That is also possible. Okay, hierarchy can be extended. Subunits can have subunits again. Like this, it can have n number of subunits, but leave about it. Only bother about the ideal structure. Only one organization will be there. In general, if you talk about reality of the business, usually that is a good approach to have. And see, now HDFC Bank is there. HDFC is there. HDFC is separate organization. HDFC Bank is separate organization. Now they are merging, means they are getting everything under one organization called HDFC Bank itself. It is better always you manage from one place, that will be better actually. So that's why you see many times the companies being merged, their companies, means they will bring everything under one roof. All the products related to Reliance Jio, and Reliance Electronics, and whatever Reliance stores. Okay, all these will come under one organization only called Reliance Petroleum. Everything will come under Reliance organization. Tata also same way. It is always a best structure in the reality. That's why we are maintaining one organization for entire business. Now, organization and number of divisions and units. Units are the places where the actual business transactions will get processed, created and processed. What about divisions and organization? Division is going to maintain the common components of different units which are connected to that particular division. See, if I wanted to create a form to collect customer data, only customer data. If a person is looking for personal vehicle insurance or commercial vehicle insurance or health insurance or life insurance or home insurance, anything, I need to submit my details, basic details, first name, last name, date of birth, ID card number, phone number, email ID, right? Address details. So that can be created at the topmost level because it is common across everywhere, all divisions, all units. This form is common. So I will be creating in the organization level. For example, I wanted to create a screen which is mainly meant for let's say details, collecting the details of a driver, primary driver, secondary driver. Driver details means name of the driver, license number of the driver, and few other details. What is the expiry date of the license? What is his age? Okay, and health condition, like any problems are there, like that. I will collect only primary and secondary driver details. So this driver details form, is it common between whether you are taking personal insurance or commercial insurance, vehicle insurance? Is it common or not? So at the time of taking insurance, you will submit driver details. You are taking insurance for personal or commercial, there will be drivers and driver form will be same, correct? So the driver form you will definitely place under division. Suppose I want to create a form which is mainly meant for collecting the information related to coverages, insurance coverages. See, you will be covered under so and so factors. The coverages, will it be same for personal vehicle and commercial vehicle? Coverage will be same. Coverages will be, personal vehicle coverages can be easier than commercial vehicle because commercial vehicle will be having a high risk. Commercial vehicle, every time it will be there on roads, risk will be high. So they will not give all the coverages that you get for personal vehicle, correct? So the coverages specifically I'll create at the unit. See, it is always a hierarchical structure where common components you will be placing at the higher level usually. I mean, like in the tree structure, it is higher level. So common components of all units will place at organization. Common components of specific units of a division will place at division level. The very specific components which will be used only at that particular place, we will be placing at the unit level. Understand? What is the advantage of doing like this? It is same as framework implementation application. But there I have shown you stack on top of one another. Here I am showing you tree structure. This is tree structure. Okay. And the advantage of this is, again, same things. Reusability, easy to maintain, easy to extend. Reusability, easy to maintain, easy to extend. Same redundantly. You don't need to again do the same thing. Understand, everyone? See, ideally, whenever you are going to place your business components, we are going to place those components at the organization level or division level or unit level. In comparison with this organization structure, I am going to explain you the classes that I have got created. All this I am explaining you in order to make it easier for you to understand. Okay, subject. Everyone clear with basic understanding about organization structure in reality? Everyone clear? Online resources. Everyone clear?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
So much. Here
Yes,
you go. See, I'm going to minimize this. Where is it? Here you go now. PRPC. This is the one. Okay. So organization structure I have explained you. Now the next topic. Just keep this aside, but you don't leave it. This organization structure, what we have discussed, will come into picture while we are discussing about classes. See, there are sequence of topics that I am going to explain now. I will give you the names of those topics first. So we discussed about application, types, creation, done, and then relation between applications, done, organization, structure. These three topics are done. Anything we are going to discuss further, those will be depending on maybe depending on these three topics. Means the knowledge that you have gained already on these three topics, you should have clear idea about all that to utilize it in the future sessions. Understand? Everything will be same. It is connected. The next further topics we are going to discuss about. First one is encapsulation, and second one class, and third one abstraction and types of classes, inheritance, and after this Pega related inheritance topics I will tell you. Without understanding all this, you cannot learn Pega. That is impossible. Okay. So first let me explain you. Generally, I think many of you are already aware of this. The concept of encapsulation. In general, in the reality, in the real world. Generally, what is meant by encapsulation? Encapsulation means it is like a package. Simply speaking, it's a package. The package contains some of the things, whatever it can be. I'll tell you just as an example. You take a tablet. A tablet is encapsulated, packaged by using different types of chemical substances. So chemical substance 1, substance 2, substance 3 all together are packaged into one single unit that you are calling it as a tablet. Color will be there, some other product will be there, and actual medicine chemical will be there, supported chemicals will be there. Like this, all this packaged together into one single unit structure, that is called this encapsulation concept. Okay, I'll tell you another example. Suppose you take a car. Okay, you know car, right? So the vehicle, car. Car is an encapsulated unit which will have different functional components. What are the different functional components of a car? Engine, wheels, steering, petrol tank, maybe gear rod, maybe other things. Other things, don't go in detail, that's not required. Very, very few. Now let me ask you one question. Actual functioning that we are expecting from a car is driving. We have to move on, correct? So actual functioning, that if you wanted to achieve, all these functional components should work together. Suppose only take engine without car. Will you be able to achieve the goal? Only take petrol tank will be able to achieve the goal, but each of that has its own specific functionality. Okay, meaningful functional. Each individual component is there, which has a meaningful and required functional behavior. But when you take it individually separately, it doesn't make any sense. You encapsulate into one single structure overall, and you make it a car, then you can achieve the required goals. Correct? So like this, in a business application, you create a number of functionalities, a number of functional components. All these functional components should work together in order to achieve the required business goals. Then only you will be able to get your business goals achieved. See, all these to be working together. How this works together? You have to place it into one single unit structure. Okay, so that is what we call it as being encapsulated. Encapsulation is the concept where multiple functional components will be grouped together into one single unit. All these functional components works together in order to achieve the required business goals. I'll tell you. So you are going to fill the petrol in petrol tank. From petrol tank, engine is going to take, means petrol will be pumped from tank to engine. So engine makes use of the functionality of the petrol tank and process it forward and supply it the engine is going to get executed, run. And in between, in coordination, steering will be there, wheels will be there, gears will be there. Correct? So all these are coordinatively working together. Each individual, if you take, there's no meaning. Okay. So like this, encapsulation is the concept in the real life, whatever you see. Okay. So a person, I'm a person as a human being, I'm a person. I am also an encapsulated unit of different functional components. I have hands, eyes, ears, mouth, everything. All these should coordinatively work together in order to process the required things. Okay. So that is what an encapsulated unit is from the reality, real world. Whatever that is happening in the real world, the same is being taken into the technology. There is nothing new. Okay. And they are designing the technology aspects to achieve the required business goals. Suppose you take Amazon application and there is a purchase transaction. So from purchase transaction, there are different functional components. First one is search. Search is one functional component which will display the products. Another functional component is cart. You will be adding the products into cart. And checkout feature is one functional component. Payment is another functional component. All these works together, right? One is going to supply the input to other one is going to supply input to next one, and next level. Overall, your business transaction will be completed. Correct? Everyone clear? So this is what the concept of encapsulation is: to design a unit structure and place all the functional components into unit structure. You trigger that unit structure, it is going to achieve the required business goals by making all the functional components being executable. Understand? Clear? Everyone. Technically, you don't need to understand. Always you have to think about the technology in the real world. If you understand the real world, then understanding technology is very easy. Okay. Everyone clear? And now, if I wanted to come up with this type of real world design in the technology to achieve the business goals, I need to have a unit structure created in my technology. That unit structure should contain all the individual functional components which works together. That unit structure is called as encapsulation. So, class. That is called as class. Encapsulation is a concept. Concepts, reality, and the technology is what? Class.
Class.
Okay, everyone clear? So now, class is a unit structure which will have different functional components which works together. When class is executed, all the functional components will get executed and required business processing will be done. That's it. Whatever the definition of encapsulation that you have got, same is for class. So encapsulation concept is being used in CPP programming language and in Java, C#, VB. All these programming languages have used the concept of encapsulation, and they have made it in the reality of technology, like with a name called, what is that? Class. So class is a unit structure in which different functional components will be available. which means that anytime if you are creating business application, you should be creating functional components, right? All your functionalities that you create in business application should be placed inside a class. Okay, let's go back to the first session. I told you application is a application contains functionalities, correct? This is what we discussed. Now I am saying class contains functionalities. Which one is true? Application contains functionalities, class contains functionality. That is what I am saying now. Initially I told in the first class application contains functionalities, but in today's session I am telling class contains functionality. Which one is true? Both are true. I'll tell you now. I'll show you the diagram. Look at it.
Both are true.
See, application contains functionalities, okay? Classes contains functionalities, okay? See, the structural design is you create application, correct? After that, you have to create functionalities. Where you should be creating functionalities? Inside classes. These classes should come inside application. So application contains classes, classes contains functionalities, which means ultimately application also contains functionalities, right? So at the very beginning class, as we do not know about this encapsulation and all, I did not tell you about class in between. Understand? So if you are creating a new application, inside your application, first you should create classes. After you create classes, you create all the business functionalities. Usually in the programming language, you manually write. Here we will be using the existing one, or we are going to do form-based programming model. So overall the thing is, application contains classes, classes contains functionalities. Make sense, everyone? Clear? Online, everyone clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I will show you our. This is our implementation application. You remember our implementation application we created. Please do not. Please mute if you are talking to others. Kindly, when you are on unmute, you do not talk to others. That will disturb the people here in the group. Now you see, we created a new application, either framework or implementation application we created. Every time when you create application will get created, operator ID will get created, password will get generated if you're giving, and organization may get created or you use existing one. Apart from these, classes also have got created. What else is being created? Classes. We don't need to manually create, but we can see how to manually create later. With the creation of application, Pega also creates so many classes. It is not 1 or 2, 3. It will create more than 15 classes. But what is the purpose of each of that? We can learn later. But the moment you log in and come to Dev Studio, if you click on App Explorer, here you see classes have been loaded. What are being loaded? Classes have been loaded. And how many classes are there if you can guess? What is your guess about this when you look at the name? How many classes are there in this? How many are there? If you take this hyphen, okay, as a separator, how many are there? Hyphen is separator. 1, 2, 3 classes are there. How many classes are there? Apart from these 3, so many other classes are there. Don't bother about anything else. Only you have to focus on learning whatever that I am pointing while teaching. Remaining things we can see in future, we will be accessing and all. Now, when you create an application, 3 classes have been loaded when I go to App Explorer. Remaining classes are not being loaded as of now. Leave it. See, if you look at these 3 classes, names, you just try to identify the names and tell me the equivalent components names which we have come across previously. First class name, this one, LIC. This is matching with online resources. This is matching with organization name. You remember? So this class is being labeled as organization class. Understand? Now you go to implementation application definition. What is the name of the implementation application? LIC Auto I. Come back to this class name. Second class. Is it matching with the application name? This is called as application class. This is called as application. I am exactly telling you by matching. Organization class, application class. The last one, by name, Pega is taking work. Work means transaction. Transactions will get processed, processed at work level. So meaningfully, Pega is taking a class name by itself, by name work, which means that your transactions can be initiated from this class, executed, gets completed. Understand? That is why it is taking the name as work. We would have modified it, but I did not, because that is a meaningful name. More or less, most of the enterprise applications will see the same name. Now, the same I'll compare with organization structure. Organization, what about this one? Division, this one, unit. Unit is the one where your work will be executed, correct? That's why unit level name is meaningfully taken as work. Means this is the class where your transactions gets initiated and processed. And organization division, higher level. What does that contains? The common features of different units will be there at division. Common features of all different units of all different divisions will be there at organization. Given a business requirement based on its scope of accessibility, whether it is common for all units or common for all divisions or only specific units of division, you need to create that functional component at the appropriate level. Anyhow, I do not want to proceed forward because you'll get confused with so much information. So what did we discuss today from the beginning? We have just made an observation of the relation between current application and its parent application. Where is it been defined? Understanding that, you should be able to just relate one application with another application, even those are created independently, right? After that, I have explained you about organization structure. Ideally, what is an organization structure? And purpose of each level also I have explained. Out of this organization division unit is the one where your work will be processed. Transaction or work, you can say anything. Okay. And after that, I have explained you about this encapsulation and class. Both the definition wise, both are same, but encapsulation is a generic terminology that is being taken, concept is being taken into programming languages. They have named it as class. Okay, class is the one where your functionalities will be created and it will get executed. But classes will be there inside application. Application contains classes, contains functionalities. Ultimately, functionalities are there inside application only. Right? After we discuss about this, I have told, I am just showing you the classes that got created, out of which 3 classes we are focusing on. When you look at the names of these classes, we understand that organization class, application class, and unit class or work class. Organization, division, and unit class. Unit is the one where your work will be processed, right? That's why meaningfully Pega has taken the last class name as work. Work will be initiated, work will be processed, work will be finished at this particular class. Understand everyone clear? Online resources. See, these topics while you are going through, or maybe while you are listening back to this video once again, or while you are going through the documentation, you should not learn each independently. Organization structure, when you learn, compare with the classes that are being available here. When you are relating this one with organization structure, at least, that means you are able to understand and gain the subject knowledge. Okay, everyone clear? So I will tell you about, once after this is done, like tomorrow, I will explain about remaining topics like abstraction, types of classes, and inheritance. Explaining those concepts, we can start looking into further the business requirements here. Okay, it is very much essential. Everyone should know about basics of object-oriented programming concepts, out of which one concept called encapsulation you have learned now. Everyone clear about what is encapsulation? Everyone, whether you are a technical person in the past or not, no matter. And one more thing is, some people will come up with reasons. I am not from, yesterday I was asking someone like installation part. I am not just pointing, I'm just telling an example. Okay, you watch the video and do the installation process. He is telling I am not from technical background, so computer background. I'm not pointing. I just wanted to let you know what you do not know in the past, no matter. At the present, what is being assigned to you, are you going to take it as a challenge? and learn on spot and then perform it. That is what mainly organizations are going to look for. You know the RBI Governor of India, Shaktikant Das. He is from a history background. He is leading economy of the country. Correct? But he did not say any time, I am not from academic background and all. Whatever that is been assigned to him, when he doesn't know, he is learning it from the experts, expert sources, and he is doing his level best. Okay. So whether you are from IT background or non-IT background, whether you are mechanical, civil, no matter. But what you have taken today, if you don't know, spend more time and try to find out and try to understand the subject from different sources possible. Not about Pega. For Pega, our source is fair enough. Okay, general things. And you should have that mindset always to research and learn and perform. Research, learn, perform. Research, learn, perform. Research, learn. If this is the mindset, means continuous learning is required. Then you will be number one. If you just wanted to get a reason for not able to perform, that is the reason is I am not from that background. That is the reason. That is just to satisfy your mind. That's it. Just to escape from the responsibility. That's it. Okay. Everything you started from zero, that you need to realize. Maybe you are from mechanical background. You know about mechanics, everything from the beginning of your childhood. You started from zero and you have gained knowledge, right? The same way, you are starting from zero and try to learn everything. Okay. Do not, anytime this type of thoughts should not come into your mind saying yourself that I am not from IT background, CSC background, IT. CSC people, IT people also, they don't know anything except spectrum all in one. Okay. That is also one day batting. Otherwise 1 hour batting. Yes or no? Then they are not gems. Okay. So what you were doesn't matter. What you have opted for today, whether you are trying to do research on it, spending time, learning, focusing, and then producing the result or not, that's what everyone is going to look at. Okay. So I will be sharing this document related to, see the document which I am going to share you related to organization and classes may have more information like types of classes and all. That will be covered tomorrow. You ignore reading that. Read up to what we have discussed. And this practical screenshot document of finding built on application, I mean like it's not practical, observation document. These two documents you will be receiving at 11 o'clock. See, as I already informed you, tomorrow onwards, offline resources, whoever is not making the fees payment, not allowed. And online also, you are not allowed. Okay, starting from tomorrow. Still there are many people pending. I don't know the reason. Maybe it is usually our tendency. If they say that you have to re-register your vehicle, last date is 31st and they will give you 2 months. 31st, everyone will go and stand in the queue and they'll fight with each other. That is going to happen. That is our tendency, right? Usually, whoever goes in the first day or second day, they will be happily coming out. Okay. So it is a people tendency. I am not pointing. Sometimes I sound like this. That is a fact actually. So if you are really wanted to join, finish today itself before evening 6 p.m. or even 5 p.m. My employees will be able to manage to handle that. And I'll be sharing new meeting link to everyone online, and offline you come down here. I will be taking all your details tomorrow once again. Okay. So that we'll have tracking. Okay. Fine. You can wind up for today. We'll continue tomorrow. Just please bear with me for this day also. You'll be receiving documents little bit late. Okay. Because I have to send it to my team. They have to send it. WhatsApp broadcast. Thank you so much. And those who wanted to make the fees payments now offline here, go and pay to Manju and just get added into the WhatsApp group. Online also finish it now and make sure you are going to get added into WhatsApp group. Thank you so much.